After going through the color presentation, now it's time to actually put it into practice. So in Pull and Pickup, you're going to find this period last name colorwheel.psd. You can go ahead and double click and it's going to open it in Photoshop. Before you begin working, I would like you to go ahead and do a File Save As, and let's change the hashtag or the number sign to your actual period number. Change the word last name to your last name, and then remember that you need to navigate over here on the left to Cougar 11. And since you've already saved in Photoshop before, you probably have your Photoshop folder on this drop-down list for you to save in. Go ahead and save it as a Photoshop file. That way, at the end of class, you're not panicking about why it's not saving because you're going into Pull and Pickup. So for the first part of this color assignment, what we want to do is we want to fill in our color wheel. We're going to start with red at the top, and then we want to fill in the primary colors first. Once we get the primary colors in their proper places, then we can add the secondary colors followed by the tertiary or intermediate colors. That helps you fill in because remember, every color is a combination of others. So our primary colors up here, yellow, blue, and red is already in place, okay? So we know that they are all equidistant apart. So I know that yellow would go over here and blue will go over here. That puts 3 blank pies between them. So what I can do is I can use my eyedropper tool, and I'm going to sample that yellow. That way I have the exact yellow. I'm going to use my paint bucket. Oops, I forgot that I need to do a selection right there. Now I can use my paint bucket, and there is yellow. And then I used Command D, my keyboard shortcut, to deselect. Whoops. Then I'm going to use my eyedropper and get the blue. I'm going to select just that, and I'm going to fill it with blue. Okay, so now we have all of our primary colors in place. So I will stop doing this so that you can fill in your secondary colors, which are here. You can figure out where they go. And then remember that once you get those in, your intermediate colors are going to be a combination of them. Up here, you're going to use these color boxes to put in a neutral or achromatic color scheme. If you don't remember what a neutral color scheme is, then you'll want to refer back to the presentation so that you can fill it in. This next one here, you're going to fill the center rectangle with a primary color of your choice. That means you can use yellow, blue, or red. So if I say I'm choosing, oh, that's not what I meant. If I'm choosing red, I would want to then select that center one and fill it in. Okay, so that's my primary color. Now, the directions say to fill the remaining rectangles with shades this way. Remember that shade means that it's adding black to it. And then to the left, you're adding tint, which is white. So let me show you real quick how that's easy to do in Photoshop. Now that I have my actual primary color in the center, notice that as I go down, that is adding black to the color. So it's giving it a shade. Okay? And let me go back and do that again. If I go left, it's adding white to the color, which is a tint. Okay? So you'll have 3 on each side. These here are going to be 3 colors in an analogous color scheme. Again, if you do not remember what an analogous color scheme is, then you are going to want to refer back to the presentation you just read, and remember that it doesn't need to be, or actually it shouldn't be, the same 3 colors that I showed you in an analogous color scheme. You need to understand what analogous is and choose your own analogous color scheme. Down at the bottom, we're doing 3 sets of complementary colors. So whatever color you choose here, this needs to be its complement. Pick a color here, get its complement. Another color, complement. It's okay if they're primary, secondary, tertiary, or even further down the line as far as where they are. They just need to be complementary. All right, so this section is using a monochromatic color scheme. You are going to need to choose 4 colors that go into monochromatic. Again, if you don't remember monochromatic, then you'll need to refer back to the presentation. Remember that just because I chose one color as monochromatic, I think it was blue, I don't remember, monochromatic can be in any color of families. You can have a yellow monochromatic, a red monochromatic, orange, purple, anything, any color, and then make variations of it to be monochromatic. And then finally, this last one is we are practicing with the intensity of a color. So remember that hue is just another name of color. And I've given you 3 hues here. And to the right, there's an empty box. What you need to do is choose a more intense hue of the same color. Now, I will show you how to do that as well. I am going to sample that color. I'm going to go into the color picker and guess where is the most intense color? Right over here in that corner. Okay, so you will choose the most intense for each of those 3. When you're done, remember to save it. And because you now have it saved in your Photoshop folder in schools, you can simply do a keyboard shortcut, which is Command S. And then remember that we also need to do a JPEG because the JPEG is what gets uploaded to your Google Sites.